I've discovered that I'm a tea slurper, and this does not please me. Oh hey guys, and welcome to another video, and in this video we are going to talk all about my 2017 reading goals / resolutions, since it is the new year. As I was travelling for the majority of 2016, I really did not get much reading done. In fact, for the first, say, 6 or 8 months, I think I actually read about 4 books total because, well, I was obviously quite busy. And now that it is 2017 and I find myself home after travelling, unemployed for the moment, I thought it would be a good time to get a lot of reading done and make some resolutions going forward for the new year. I really didn't want to overtax myself or sort of create too strict guidelines for my resolutions, so what you'll find here are 4 very general reading goals / resolutions and some examples of books that I feel fit that category or goal. For my first reading goal, I really wanted one that would encapsulate the fact that I've been travelling for so long. So for my first reading goal, I would like to read a book from every country that I visited while I was travelling and stayed for a extended period of time. This means that I have to read books from Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Vietnam, and Indonesia. I don't know how easy Indonesia is going to be to find, but I guess we will find that out. Out of this list, I have already read a book from Australia, and that was one of my favourite series when I was younger, Tomorrow When the War Began. So for the rest of this list, I really need to do some hunting, and if you guys have any recommendations for books that take place in this country, please leave them in the down bar below. My second goal / resolution is to continue on with series that I have fallen behind on. I realised the other day by looking at my Goodreads, I have Goodreads shelves, and I have one where I put the first books I read in a series, and then I have another one where I put the last book in the series so I can see how many books I've completed. My first in a series book list has 90 books on it. Do you know how many my completed series has? 12. I mean, I'm pretty sure that I have finished more series than that, maybe I just haven't added them to Goodreads. And obviously with the first in a series shelf, that doesn't really include first books that I've read and haven't enjoyed and don't plan to continue, but I still feel like there is a huge difference in totals there that I really want to change. My main example of this would be The Magician's Trilogy by Lev Grossman. I read the first in the Magician's Trilogy just before I left for travelling, but because I was so busy, I just never really got round to it, and it's got to the point now where I'm going to have to reread The Magicians to complete this trilogy, but I gave The Magicians 5 stars, and I really want to continue with this one. 2017. Lev Grossman. The third reading resolution I have for you is to read more long books. I think we all get a bit intimidated if we pick up a book and it's 700 pages, or you know, we're reading while lying down and you just can't hold the book up. And I have a few big books on my shelves that I have definitely been putting off, and perhaps unfairly. So for 2017, my reading goal for my personal shelves is to read the 2 longest books that are on my shelves, and I have found those for you, so I will grab them right now. The first book is Ilium by Dan Simmons. Oh my god, it's so dusty, that's how long I haven't touched it. This is a hard science fiction novel, but it's a hard science fiction based on Greek mythology. It can basically be summed up as Greek mythology in space, and as any of you know who've been with my channel for a while, I absolutely love Greek mythology, and I really want to get into more science fiction. So, Ilium by Dan Simmons. Then the second longest book on my shelves is The Terror by... Shit, it's Dan Simmons. It is, it's the same guy. This guy likes wrong books. But this one is sort of an adventure, suspense, horror novel, I believe. It's set in the snow. I know there's supposed to be a horror element, some sort of supernatural entity is stalking them after they crash their plane, but it's been on my shelves for a while and I really want to get this one done. The other reading resolution I have, I've forgotten the number of reading resolutions I'm up to now. The next one is to just read more authors that I haven't read before, and this seems like a simple one, and it is, because I want 2017 to be simple. I don't really want to be keeping to any strict guidelines, so I'm just going to say an author I've never read before is Neil Gaiman, and I own Stardust and Neverwhere, I believe, by him. Never read them. Everyone says they're great. Why haven't I read them yet? Neil Gaiman, 2017, I am coming for you. That sounds wrong. Oh, actually, I do have one more reading resolution, and that is to continue with the Rory Gilmore reading challenge. I posted a video about this before I went away a long time ago, and it just mentioned my intention to commit myself to that challenge and try and read every book that Rory Gilmore read on the Gilmore Girls. And this is not a strict thing at all. It's not like I'm going to try and read every book this year, but I just thought it's a good way of sort of broadening your reading horizons. If I have the list printed out, and say every month I'll just pick a book that I really fancy reading, or one that just I don't know anything about, and try and read that. I think that would be my main goal in 2017, is to just broaden my reading horizons and try new things. This video took a bit of a messy turn in the middle, and I don't know where I got to on my reading resolutions, but I'm going to say, for this moment, that is all my reading resolutions for 2017. I've kept them broad, I do realise that, but I've kept them broad for a reason. I just want to get back to having fun with reading, so I sort of guess that is it for this video today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you soon with another one. Goodbye.